Yay, and we're live. Give everyone a second to pop on. All right. Okay, it was saying it was having trouble connecting. Hopefully you can see me. I'll give everybody a second to pop on. Yay, we have someone on. Woohoo. Awesome. Hi, welcome. I'm just giving everyone a second to pop on. It just went live. So go ahead and say what's up in the comments, guys. Say hello so I can see who's here. Hi, welcome. Today's topic is going to be really powerful. It's been something... Okay, I keep getting notifications, but I thought I did do not disturb. I don't know. Oh, well, I guess they're still going to pop up. But, hi, welcome. Say what's up in the comments so I can see who's here. Hi, James. Welcome. Awesome. So I'm just going to give everybody a minute to pop on. Usually it takes everybody a minute to get those notifications. I'm super excited to be talking about today's topic, faith to live your dreams, and really utilize this powerful tool to turn any goal into reality. Awesome. So welcome. Give everyone a moment to pop on. Just say what's up in the comments. And we will get started. Hello, welcome. So go ahead and say hi in the comments. Give some likes and hearts. I want to see who's in here. And we're going to get started talking about faith to live your dreams and accomplish your biggest goals. This is almost like a secret, a superpower. This really powerful tool. Yay. And it's something that's been known by some of the most successful people of all time, basically. And when I say success, I mean on all levels. Making an impact, financially, spiritually, everything. And it's something that I've learned a lot about in personal development, also a lot like in scripture. Hi, Elena. Yay, welcome, girl. So good to have you here. Hi. Yay. Awesome. So yeah, just getting started. Super excited about this topic. We're going to be talking about this powerful secret that people have known about, some of the most successful people, spiritually and global impact, financially, all of this have known about. And this is faith. Faith is a powerful tool. You know, I remember when I was first starting on this journey of living my calling, and I was doing a meditation, and it was a guided meditation. And at the end of the meditation, the lady said, you know, her voice, this bell is going to ding at the end, and when it dings, whatever word you hear is the word you most need right now. And when it dinged, I heard this word faith. And I thought, I was bewildered almost. I couldn't grasp this concept of faith and what it even meant. And I started trying to Google it. You know, what is this new concept? I'd heard about it in religious context, but I didn't really understand what faith meant, right? And then I started to look it up, and then it started showing up in my world a lot. And faith is this knowingness. And back then I was just like this this was like about 3 years ago. I was this anxiety-ridden little control freak, just trying to do her best in the world and not feeling supported. And the concept of faith is that we are always supported, and that no matter what the conditions are in the current moment, what we believe is what we get to create and what we get to attract and what we get to be available for, right? And so this is that whole piece. Hi, Tanya and Elena, yay. And whoever else is on here, hi. And say hi in the comments. I want to see who's around today. I want to see who's here. And so, yeah, so basically, like and as you know, in personal development, you guys may know this, it's like our beliefs, like our subconscious, those underlying beliefs and thought patterns we have really do, like they run our existence, and they those subconscious scripts help us create and show us and connect us to what we're available for. So it's like, you know, what we think is so, right? And this weekend, actually, I was getting ready to go on this hike, and I was listening to Napoleon's Think and Grow Rich on the way over. And he was talking about the use of affirmations, autosuggestion, also called positive declarations. And they're a really powerful tool, which maybe you've used them before, but there's something that can be fed into our subconscious to like program it to believe new beliefs, and I will touch on that later, and it's really powerful. So you know what, actually let me share a story that I think is really going to demonstrate this. And if you've been following me for the past few months, maybe you've heard this story before, but it literally demonstrates this so perfectly. Also, I remember, like, there's a scripture where Jesus says, like, if we even have a mustard seed of faith, like, we can tell a mountain to move from here to there, and that mountain will jump. And what does a mountain represent? An obstacle, right? Something that requires being overcome. And it's like, all we need is, like, the tiniest bit of faith, and, like, that is the power. Like, that is how Jesus even did all of his miracles and, you know, healings and, like, manifesting, like, crazy things, right? And it was all by faith. And that's what he always said. Like, by your faith you are healed. You know, it's what we believe is so. Like, as a man thinks, so he is, right? Or she. And so it's this concept of, like, what is faith? How do we create it? How do we develop it? And that's really what I'm going to be talking about today. Because as I've seen in my own life, when I apply this, like when I dedicate myself and apply this, it works every freaking time, and it literally just blows my mind. And it's like really putting it into practice, like actually developing that faith, right? Because I remember before, I'm like, okay, how do I have faith? Like, how does that work, right? And one more example, even like Gandhi, right? Like Gandhi having just total belief that things could be different, and even without any of the normal ways of like power, you know, money, like he wasn't political or any of this, but it was like he was so set in his ways that he's like, I have faith, like I'm not freaking eating until this happens. You know, he had massive influence, and he was able to transform like huge impact, like on such a broad scale. And it was just by this power of faith, like sticking with it to the end, no matter what the circumstances look like, right? And it works. Okay, so my story on this. All right, so back in March, I went to a live event, and at this time, I was really wanting to go to that next level in my business. And I had worked with a one-on-one coach in the past, but I knew I really wanted to work with a higher level one-on-one coach. And I had been hanging on to, hey, welcome. I never know how to say, like, is it Elia? So I hope I said that right. I know I adore you and I know you, so hi, welcome. Okay, so at that time, I had been holding on to part-time work for a while, and like I knew I wanted to go full-time in my business. I wanted a high-level coach, and for some reason, like it felt just a little out of reach. And like I said, I'd worked with coaches in the past. I was in a mastermind, you know, I have clients, like all of that, but it was just that next level, like it just felt out of reach, and I didn't know like how to make it happen, right? Then I went to this live event. It was Ruby Freeman's event. And at the end, when the offer came, I just, like, everything in me ignited. Like, I knew that was my coach. Thanks for the hearts. Yay. I knew that was my coach. I knew saying yes to working with her was the next level. And it was also, like, $1,500 a month. And I had no clue how I was going to pay for that. but I knew it was a yes. So I stood up. I didn't even give a deposit then, but like I knew it was a yes. And I went home. Yay, hi. And I think that was Rachel, actually. Hi, Rachel. So I went home, and another financial goal that I'd had for a long time was to make $8,000 a month. And like it always just felt, like I said, like out of reach. It just felt, I'll just be honest, like all of this felt impossible. Like I knew I wanted it. It felt impossible, but like I said yes, and I went for it, and I was like, this is happening no matter what. And so then I had to develop my faith, right? Like I could see what the current situation was, but I knew the level I had just chosen to go to. So I knew if I was going to get there, like my beliefs had to match it, right? And so this is developing faith, like knowing no matter what, like this is what's going to happen. No matter what it looks like now, this is what's going to happen, right? So like jumping up there. And so I started putting this into practice. And this is the auto-suggestion, right? Like programming my subconscious. So I started saying two things, to my two goals in present tense. I started saying, Ruby Freeman is my coach. I make $8,000 a month. Like over and over and over, I would write it out. You guys, I have like notepads. I just write like this. And I would like fill a page, like at least every morning, sometimes at night. When I was driving, I would say it. And then I would ask for guidance, which I've talked about too. And what happens is, Napoleon Hill talks about this too. So when we start to program our subconscious with these new beliefs, it makes us available to attract these God or source, spirit, God-inspired ideas. And he talks about it connects us to universal intelligence. So like same thing, right? So it opens us up to be available for and to attract these God-inspired ideas. So it's like, okay, like I am now subconscious, like I am now in God, right? Universe, source, whatever you want to say, spirit. I am someone who has Ruby as my coach, and I make $8,000 a month. So what's going to happen now? Now I'm going to attract those like God-inspired ideas, source-inspired ideas that are going to produce the result I desire, that I'm a match for, right? So ideas started coming to me. What do I get to do? I got ideas like file my taxes, which I thought I was going to owe, but I ended up getting a return, which was amazing. And I got my new program out there, like launched my new program, and one of my clients was due to resign, and we had been working together for over a year, and so she was resigning for her third 6-month package. And in the beginning, guys, like she was paying monthly with a credit card, but like from the work we've done together, she became completely debt free. She had over 20,000 in savings, like all of this. So like by now, I gave her a deal, like a promotion to like pay in full. And so like she paid in full, and then I had my other clients, and then I had taken on like this extra part-time work, like at that time, and like everything together. So I kept going. I was able to put down the deposit to work with Ruby. I put down the deposit in April. We started in May. So like I started saying this in March. Less than 2 months later, you guys, like May, right? Ruby became my coach. Like we started working together, and I closed out May like with making over $8,000. I think it was like $8,100 total. We're like literally in March, it felt impossible, but like I made the choice. I started programming my subconscious, like connected to God or universal intelligence, whatever you want to say, and I got the guidance, and then I did it. And like I can't even tell you, toward the end of the month, I was like crying, like it felt so hard. I had no clue. Like I didn't even realize I'd broached like 8,000 until I like looked over my finances in my Mint, like at the end of the month, and I was like, oh god. Like so I went from total like breakdown a couple days before the end of the month to then seeing like, oh my goodness, these things became reality, and then like huge celebration, right? And so like that's the way it works. And if you guys have any questions too, let me know, because I'm going to share another example of this, and then I want to answer any questions, and then I'll share like tools. So like exact tools. We can go through a process too of like setting your goals, and then we'll set up a tool, like some daily practices that you guys can start implementing right away, now and like every day. How does that sound? Good? Hearts? And let's see, we have some comments here. Yes, good. I'm happy. It's enlightening, James. And Elia, amazing. Love you. Yes. Okay, so another example of this. This was the beginning of June. And Marcy Locke, I don't know if any of you know who she is. She's this awesome, awesome, awesome coach. She's influenced me a lot through her teachings. Very high level. She went from like $2 an hour waitress mom, like single mom, and then went from like that, like had a husband who cheated on her, like had health issues, whatever, like decided she was going all in on epic life, hired this life coach that was $15,000 a year, had no clue how she was going to pay for it, but like showed up and did all the work, ended up making all the payments. A few years later, she's a millionaire, rocking body of health, like amazing. And now it's like working with her, I think it's been 7 years since, or 5 to 7 years, something like that, but now working with her one-on-one is like $1 million. But yeah, so she just inspires me a lot. I follow her, I love her. Okay, so yeah, isn't that amazing, right? Like that's what's possible. And she's really big on faith. She talks about faith, energy, belief, really all these concepts. Same thing Napoleon Hill talks about in Think and Grow Rich. Like these are the, and like Jesus, like scripture even talks about this, and other contexts too, other spiritual contexts too. And it's like this is this like secret, and it's like, as these spiritual beings, right? Like we're a mix of like heaven and earth. We have like material bodies, our spiritual soul, and it's like we are connected and we are also operating in material. So it's like, this is like the secret. This is how it works. It's like faith, right? This faith energy connects us. And is really that coming together, because we are creators, so we get to be creators in the world, co-creating with source, spirit, God, universe, whatever you want to call it, right? Okay, that's my tangent on that. Oh yeah, so back to this example. So early in June, I went to this seminar by this workshop by Marcy Locke, and that was another big goal of mine too, was to go to one of her live events, which usually are like, $5,000 to $25,000, like really high level. But she offered one. It was around like $750, which I actually bought at the end of May. So I was like, yay, 3 major goals, like close out the month. Amazing. And I had written that as a goal before too. But okay, so I went to her seminar, and you guys, this was the break. This is when everything's changing. Started working with the coach, like had the big month, like things are starting to feel all kind of weird. I'm like adjusting to it, but I'm liking it. I'm wanting it, right? Have you ever felt that way? Like you accomplish a big goal and it's kind of like, ooh, like this is a new space. How do I navigate it? Like, and I knew, and I was like so ready to like quit that part-time work, which it had served me. Like it had really served me for the time that I had it. And I would even go like, sometimes when I would have a good month, like I wouldn't do other work for a month, but I was like still hanging on, like out of that fear, but wanting to change. And so I remember after her workshop, I was staying in an Airbnb there. Can you relate to that, right? And it was like right by the beach. This was in Encinitas, beautiful. So I went down to the beach afterward, and I was just really reflecting and like feeling all the feelings, the discomfort, kind of the sadness, but the excitement too, and like pain, like all that stuff that comes up. So looking out at the ocean, just connecting and reflecting. And then it was like suddenly I got it. Like, oh, if I used this before to build my faith and to accomplish my goals, like I can do it again. And so then I'm standing there on the beach. I'd been there so long by then, it was like pitch black outside. There are some lights. And I just walked over to this rock and I stood up. And like I just like felt so connected and grounded. I like felt this energy like coming out of my hands. And I was like, all right, like I'm a full-time coach. I make $18,000 a month. Like I'm a full-time coach. I make $18,000 a month. I just started declaring it, and I was like, yes, because like that's what I really want, right? That's like the next level for me. And I just started saying it, and it was like all of a sudden something clicked, and I was like, oh my goodness, being full-time in my business is literally a choice, right? Right, Elia? Yeah. And it's like, oh my gosh, like it's a choice. And by saying that, like I'm a full-time coach, I'm full-time in my business, suddenly like it shifted. And like when I went home, I was like, all right, it's time. And I knew it was time to quit the part-time work basically. And when I went to quit it, I felt the same like igniting excitement of when like I knew I had to work with Ruby, right? When I knew she was my coach, like this is a life-changing decision. I'm choosing in on what I really want. The how will show up by my faith. Yeah? Okay. So like that happened. And then Yeah, exactly. See, there goes the affirmations. And that's exactly it. And affirmations are positive declarations, you know, whatever you want to call them, auto-suggestion. They're what we use to build our faith. And so I came home, so I started doing the same thing. Like I'm writing pages. I'm a full-time coach. You know, I make $18,000 a month. Exactly. And by that faith, we manifest. So I'm writing it all out. And then all of a sudden, like I start writing this. And when I'm writing, like, I make $18,000 a month, like, I'm a full-time coach, writing I make $18,000 a month, you guys, like, ideas start coming to me that are a match for that, right? Does that make sense? So, like, all of a sudden, I started getting these new ideas that I started implementing. And, you know, have I seen the 18,000 yet? Like, not yet, but hey, if it happens in a month or two, perfect. But it's like, it made me available. I'm creating new beliefs, and this is a big leap, but it makes me available to attract those God-inspired, like source-inspired ideas. Whereas, like, if I was only looking at my current reality and my current set of beliefs, that's what I would continue creating, right? So it's like that being open and available and attracting that, right? Amen. I love it. Awesome. Yes. Okay, so let me just look. I went over these examples, the $8,000 a month, the high-level coach, the going full-time in my business. And do you guys have any questions? Like, if you have any questions, please let me know. And then next, we'll go into the exercises, how to build your faith, right? And I know there's a lag, so I'll give it a second. And I'm going to drink a water. You guys, I'm so happy you're here. Yay! We have a good amount of people on right now. Awesome, awesome. Thank you. Yes, thank you. Today is my birthday. Guys, I'm 32. What? Thank you, Elia. And Elia is a fellow Cancer, right? So your birthday must have been recently. Water signs. I love it. Amazing. All right, so now we will thank you for the love. Thank you for the birthday wishes, the hearts. Love you guys. So now we'll go into the exercise. Yay! Thank you. Are you guys ready for this? Give me some hearts and likes. Like, let me know. Are you ready for this part? Because this is really where the magic happens. This is how you get to utilize this tool, this secret, this powerful tool that can literally, like a mustard seed size of this tool can tell that mountain to like move, to like jump, and it'll move from here to there, right? That's so powerful. Miracles happen by faith, right? By our belief, that power that connects us with God, with our higher self, source, spirit, universe, all the names. Or like Napoleon Hill would say, universal intelligence. Yes. Okay, so you guys, what is a big, huge goal that you have, that you've had for a while? Either you've had it for a long time or it's been popping up recently. It's like one of those things that it's so huge, like you know you're going for it, like you're so ready, you're going all in. It feels like almost impossible, but like you know it's yours, right? So what is that like impossible big dream, that next level that you are just so ready to create? What is that for you? And you can even pick two if you want. You can do one, you can do two. I always do two. It just helps me to like put them together. It's funny too because like when I was like writing out these goals every single day, like it was a habit to write it and say it, and then they happened. I was like, oh, Ruby Freeman is my coach. Like, oh, I made $8,000 a month, and it's like, oh, like what do I write now, right? Like it was such a habit of writing and saying them. I'm like, oh, those are real now, so now I get to pick like whatever the next level is. Life coaching and insurance. Oh, that's awesome. I love that. Yeah, life coaching people with special needs. I love it. I love it, I love it, I love it. And so, yeah, so whatever that big, huge goal is for you, right? Like, for example, mine was to have Ruby Freeman as my coach and to make $8,000 a month. And so for James, it's becoming a life coach for people with special needs. So then it's the I am, I have, that type of thing. So for James, you can say, I I coach people with special needs. I am a life coach for people with special needs. You know, like something like that. For Tanya. Oh, yeah. Moving to LA. Come on. Oh, I love that. Wow, that's so powerful. And Ellen Page playing you in the movie. That's powerful. Yeah. Awesome. So, I live in LA, right? I live in LA. Ellen Page is playing me in a movie. There you go. I live in LA. Ellen Page is playing me in a movie. House and Alchemy shop here on the island. World touring as a DJ. Yeah. Boom. Come on, Elia. Heck yes. Awesome. So it could be like I'm touring the world as a DJ. Like I'm on a world tour. I love it. Like I'm touring the world as a DJ, right? House and Alchemy shop here on the island. And Elia, is that like a place where you'll perform? Or like having a house and alchemy? Oh, is it like having one? Because I know you do those things. Elia is like a genius when it comes to like alchemy tinctures, and like he like plays house music. He's amazing. He does like so many different things. You're like a genius. All of you are geniuses. Okay, so it could be like I just launched my house and alchemy shop here on the island. Like, people love coming to it. This is amazing. You know, like, so whatever that is for you, say it. Like, I'm touring the world as a DJ. I have a house and alchemy shop here on the island. Like, that's freaking amazing. Come on. Are you serious? Amazing. And James, yeah, moving to Santa Monica. I live in Santa Monica. Oh my gosh, I love it. Like, I can smell the ocean breeze. I live in Santa Monica. This is so amazing. This just keeps getting better and better. I love living here. Like, I live in Santa Monica. My own house plus a cool shop for people to make their own healing. Come on, see? That is so cool. And so you just say that. Like, keep saying it in the present tense. I have my own house on the island. I have a freaking cool shop for people to come make their own healing, natural, personal products. People love it. Like, people are getting healed. They love the experience. Like, this is so much more amazing than I ever even knew it could be. Like, I'm so grateful. Like, I love my new house. I love my shop. I love my customers. You know, and just keep saying that out loud and writing it. Yeah, Rachel, come on. Woo! So powerful. I am a published author, inspiring and empowering others by sharing my life and experiences. Heck yes, I love that. I am a published author, inspiring and empowering others by sharing my life and experiences. Like, boom, come on, right? And so, exactly, just like that, you guys. And so say that I am, I do, I have, and like say it, and write it. Right? Good. I'm glad you guys are liking this. Heck yeah. Here, give me some hearts and likes. Show me some love. Let me know you're loving it, but obviously I can see I love this, you guys. Thanks for sharing. Okay, so now that you have these, right? So it's 2 different exercises. And have you guys ever heard of Grant Cardone? He's like the author of like 10X and like Sell or Be Sold, like all of this. But he practices this. And what he does is he keeps these like notepad and pen next to his bed in the morning. As soon as he wakes up, he like fills a page with his goals in current tense. So the same, these affirmations like I am, I have, like as if his biggest goals are already done, right? And for me in the morning, like I meditate, I have my like download time with God, you know, I meditate, I journal, I have this like 5-minute journal where I do some gratitudes, I write my guidance for the day, like all this. So I'll do it at that time. I'll do it in the morning. And like sometimes I'll do it at night too before I go to bed. So filling at least a page, you can do more, right? But like having that as a practice. So literally just filling a page. I am, I have, I do, right? Awesome. Filling a page, and you guys are going to feel it. And when you write these things, like the ideas just start coming to you. Because like Napoleon Hill says, you connect with universal intelligence, or like you're attracting these God-inspired ideas. You just download them because this is what you're telling your subconscious. So it's like, oh, like I'm a spiritual being, right? Like I'm a spiritual plus earthly human being, like mix. So it's like, boom, attracting all these ideas, right? Cool. It's like magic. It's amazing. It's faith. It's the way this works, right? And then when you get those ideas, that come to you, like write them down and then do them. And the faster you implement them, the faster you're going to see results, because these are those God-inspired actions. Like if you aren't able to do it, or these, universal intelligent, God source, all that, if you aren't able to do it right away, like I invite you to say, like, how long will this, you guys know I always talk about this. This is a commitment piece. Like, how long will this take? When am I going to do it? Boom, like, if you can't do it right away, schedule it when you're going to do it. And, like, sometimes it's going to be scary steps, guys. Like, sometimes, like, I get intuitive downloads to reach out to somebody that I haven't talked to in years. And it's like, hey, I felt super called to reach out to you. Like, let's connect. And so then we do. And then it's like, whoa, this is the magic of why I was called to connect with this person. For example, like, I've had this vision for 3 years of launching basically clean energy technology solutions into the global marketplace. And when this first started coming to me really clear, I had this calling, this like download to read, and I was writing that in present tense too. And I got to reach out to this girl who I hadn't talked to, this lady, in like 3 years, reached out to her. Turns out now, her and her partner, what they do is they are global manufacturing managers for green technologies. So, like, hello, right? Like, I'm saying that's what I'm going to do in the future. I get the download to reach out to someone I haven't talked to in over 3 years. She now has a new business, a new partner, who doing something that is so aligned with what I want to do. And then recently, I connected with someone who I felt called to connect. I was at a meetup, and I was like, who do I get to connect to here? Boom, I got this guy, like his name's Neve. So we connected, and we got coffee together, and then he's from Tel Aviv, and I told him I felt really called to go to Tel Aviv, and he was saying how it's a tech hotspot, and then I shared my vision. He's like, yeah, I have friends over there in like green tech, like I'll connect you, like let me know whenever you want to connect, want me to connect you to them, right? And then 2 days after that, or maybe it was 3 days after that, one of my friends, Avodis, who lives in Silicon Valley, reached out to me. He's like, oh my gosh, like your coaching services are so needed in Silicon Valley. I love what you teach. It's refreshing. Like we need people like you up here. And I was like, funny you should say that, because I have this idea. I shared my vision with him. And then he was like, oh, I have friends in renewable energy, like technology, I'll connect you with them. And I'm like, perfect. So I was like, whoa. And then the next steps were for me, well, he basically said, let me know when you want to. So today I emailed Neve, like, hey, I want to connect with your friends and like teach me how to be a connector, because basically connecting people, you get like a percentage of their deal. Like that's how that business works, right? So do you see like how I took the actions and then everything aligns, right? That's how it all works. It's that faith, like being guided, like taking those action steps that come through when I'm like auto-suggesting. So I think back then I was saying like, anyway, like whatever that business was, I don't remember the exact words, but I was like saying it as though it had already happened. The inspired ideas came, I took action, and look what happened. Stars align. It's amazing. So writing that, filling at least a page, right? You can do it first thing in the morning when you get out of bed. You can do it after your meditation time. You can do it in the morning and the evening before you go to bed. But like at least once a day, filling it with a page. You guys are going to feel, yeah, thanks for the hearts. Love it. I'm glad this is resonating. You're going to feel amazing. Like gratitude energy, whoa. Like you literally, it feels so good to do this. And gratitude energy is like what attracts, right? Like what attracts and creates what we really want. This like totally opens that up. So how we build faith, auto-suggestion, positive declarations, affirmations, however you want to call them. Oh yeah, and Rachel is like an expert at I Ams. Rachel has a business called I Am. It's like really powerful and inspirational and motivational. I just thought about that, Rachel. Awesome. Because I can see your I Am right there. I love it. Awesome. So second thing is saying it. So I'll say it while I'm driving, like, like I make, Ruby Freeman is my coach, I make $8,000 a month. Ruby Freeman is my coach, I make $8,000 a month. And if I'm in LA traffic, I'm like, awesome, I have an hour to like build that faith energy and like create my goals and dreams, right? So when you're driving, you can say it, say it, say it. You can say it in the shower, and you'll start feeling it, and you'll get those inspired ideas. It's the same thing. So the more you can be in this, the more powerful. And now that, you know, I work from home, I don't drive as much, what I do is I also record it, like just record it on my voice recorder, and then play it back and listen to it. So I have one that's like 12 minutes or something, and I'll just play that, and I'll listen to it while I'm doing stuff in the morning. So 2 things. Fill a page every day. I invite you to make it a ritual. First thing in the morning, meditation time, or you can do a second time before bed, and then just saying it. Saying it every time you're driving, you know, just saying it. And if you don't drive a lot, you know, say it while you're in the shower or record it. Cool? Is that helpful? Give me like a hand if, or some, like a hand or like a I am if you're going to go and implement this. Was this helpful? Give me like a hand, like me. A hand emoji, which might take a second to find. Was this helpful? Some hearts and likes. And I love your guys' I ams that you put out there. So powerful. So powerful. Alright, awesome. There we go. I know it always takes a second for those to come through. Awesome, awesome. I am so glad this was helpful. If you guys have any other questions, just pop it in the comments below. If I don't see it now, like I'll go back and reply to it, of course. So yeah, I hope this was so helpful. I look forward to all of you just building this faith and creating these massive goals, because they're already yours, right? They're already yours. They already exist. That's why the ideas and the inspiration came through. This is prophetic revelation, you know, source, spirit, God-inspired ideas. They are real. So yeah, good luck with your faith journey. Let me know if you have any questions. Let me know as the inspiration comes through. I would love to hear those, you know, like successes, celebrate with you. And I hope you have an incredible day. I hope this was high value for you. Lots of love, and I look forward to connecting with you soon. All right. Take care, you guys. Bye.